We'll move on now to, well, what makes lighting efficient? You know, what are the elements of lights that have an influence on their efficiency? The lamp, type of lamp, the type of ballast and transformer technology, there are a couple of different types. The luminaire, what we call the photometric performance. So this is a luminaire, and you have a lamp in there, and that has an efficiency. You have a ballast, which is inside here, you can't see it, that has an impact on efficiency. And then you also have the light fitting, and its impact on efficiency is how much light comes out. Because the lamp emits light, how much of that gets out and is useful in our work environment, that photometric performance, we call it, because it's related to the light, and we call it a light output ratio. The lamp makes a certain amount of light, how much of that gets out, that ratio is called the light output ratio. And you see this one here is quite efficient because it's got highly reflective surfaces. It doesn't have a prismatic diffuser over the front of it, which soaks up a lot of the light, absorbs a lot of the light. So it's pretty easy to tell, and I'll get onto that in a second, which is just looking at a light, an efficient one, photometrically versus an inefficient one. We'll talk about that in a moment. So those three, just looking at the actual light itself, excuse me, those three elements have an impact on efficiency. It's worthwhile to switch the lights off when they're not being used, switch them off when there's sunlight coming in. So control systems, intelligent control systems, which can switch lights off when people leave the building automatically, can detect if there's someone in their office, for example, or in the toilets, can detect if there's sunlight coming in through the windows and switch off the lights if there's enough lights, or dim the lights if there's enough lights. All those sorts of control systems are very worthwhile, but there's sort of another layer of complexity. I won't get into those too much, but in this seminar anyway, but the first step is determining the lights you have, are they efficient, and then from that you can then talk about control systems to try and switch those lights off when they're not being used. And then the lighting layout, with the actual, if the lights, if there's many lights all together in a room, there's too many of them, that's going to impact efficiency, of course, or there's too few of them, etc. So the actual, the placement of the lights is important as well.